Yo, what's up guys? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. Man, oh man, 500 subscribers, almost 3 years later, and I not only wanted to make this video in order to thank you guys, but I also wanted to reflect on these last almost 3 years of me doing YouTube and how this whole thing came to be and everything that has happened in between, because I also know that there are those of you that have recently, as a matter of fact, a good amount of you, that have recently got on board with this channel from TSG, damn near 200 of you actually, and you guys have only known me for about maybe 4 months or so, but how I got to be here and how things came about for me as of right now, I think is pretty unique, and I wanted to kind of reflect on that and go over that with you guys, because also another reason is because in one of my most recent streams, somebody who has been growing really slowly on YouTube, like I have up until recently, basically said, how do you get bigger, and how do you grow, how do you put yourself out there, how do you get to where you are with 500? And well, I don't exactly have an answer, but I do have some answers. There's no definitive answer really, in my opinion, but I will tell you my YouTube story and how it came to be. And for those of you guys especially that are new, like I said, I think you guys might find it interesting, because in streams also, you guys also ask me some interesting questions, because that basically tells me that you guys are kind of curious. So I figured, why not? I think this would be the perfect fit. So without further ado, let's get started. Around the time when I was 4 subscribers strong, somebody by the name of Man of Afros, who at the time had 52 subscribers, stumbled across my video, one of my videos that I made, and he had really nice things to say on a video that he made about seeing my video, and he basically gave me a shout out. And the reason why he did it was because he said that he really liked the commentary, and it touched him. It touched his soul, according to him. And after being 4 subscribers strong, I got my first shout out. Go figure. And all of a sudden, from 4, I went to 10. And then I just pretty much kept on doing my own YouTube thing, and just posting, sometimes being more consistent than other times, which I'll get more in depth on that in a minute. And then it was around the 100 mark when I hit 100 subscribers finally, I think after about a year or so. When I met Sixshot, I guess she stumbled across one of my videos, and ever since then she has been, I mean, supportive. It doesn't even do it justice. I mean, she has shown up to damn near every single one of my streams, has watched damn near every single one of my videos, has had nothing but the sweetest things to say, and has been supportive. She's followed me on Twitter. We communicate back and forth, and I'm very proud and happy to say that she is my best friend that I've never met yet. And hopefully maybe sometime at the end of the year, if not next year, maybe I can go and visit her sometime or whatnot. And she is just an absolute sweetheart, and she's for those of you guys that have been to my stream, she's my moderator, and obviously now I'm sure you guys can totally understand as to why. And by the way, she never even asked to be moderator. It was something that was done just like that, because that kind of support and that much love, I mean, it was unconditional support, unconditional love. My goodness. I mean, some big YouTubers don't even have that kind of love and support from people that watch their content. And yeah, that was about a year or so later, after 10 subs, which would be April of 2016, and about a month or so later after that, Dad dies. I lose my dad, and I make a video dedicated to him. It was my best Black Ops 3 gameplay at the time, and there was no commentary. It was just copyrighted music, and the gameplay itself. And I did not post for, I think, about 2 months or so, give or take, after that. And I just slowly but surely after that just started posting, because ever since I was a kid, I will tell you this though, ever since I was a kid, I've had a passion about three things: martial arts, video games, and movies. And it seems that no matter what's happened to me in my life, whether it's tragedy or whether it's something else, um, one thing that's remained consistent is that I've always played video games. I always enjoyed movies. Sometimes it'll slow me down, no doubt about it. Sometimes life will slow you down. It'll keep you from wanting or even watching movies or even playing video games and stuff like that. But it's always been a part of my life. It's only slowed me down. And that's the same thing applies to this YouTube thing, because I'm getting a passion for it because it is video games. I stumbled across this whole YouTube Call of Duty community thing around 2012, and ever since then I've been falling in love with it and being obsessed with it. And after I started getting better at the game, I basically said, you know what, maybe I could do this. And fun fact, guys, I actually had a channel that I deleted before I made this one. I wasn't doing commentaries. I was just posting gameplays, which, and it was around the Call of Duty Ghost time, if I remember correctly. And after a certain amount of time, I basically said, screw it. But I also knew that I wanted to do commentaries, and I wanted to see if the itch was still there to do it after I deleted the channel, my original channel, which I don't even remember the name of, by the way. But it turns out that the itch was still there. I still wanted to do commentaries, and I wanted to give it a second shot. And here we are today, 3 years later, and here's the channel. And I basically just used my imagination, and and the logo that you see in my YouTube icon is actually, if you've ever seen my Justice X7 account, it's the same emblem that I created back in Black Ops 2 during its life cycle, and it's something that I kept ever since, and I've redone it on a photo editor, and there you go, I kept it. So going back to what I was saying, sometime after I started posting videos again, sometime after Dad's death, it was around the time that Infinite Warfare was being announced, and we were starting to get multiplayer details. And long story short, I wasn't really too happy with all the details that were starting to get leaked and released that were legit about the multiplayer for Infinite Warfare. And I had around 200 subs or so at the time. I was doing this YouTube thing for about a little over 2 years, I believe. And I was on Twitter, I always was, and I decided to tweet out at Thunder, and I said, yo, check this info out about Infinite Warfare. And I made a video on it. I put my own spin on a video of the information that I've received from watching other videos and stuff. And I basically tweeted it at Thunder. I'm like, dude, check this out, man. You're going to want to read this and see this because of the info, not because of me. And then he ended up tweeting at me, and he said, dude, if you want, you can post videos on Thunderstruck Gaming. And I was like, really? I was like, and then I looked up a video on how to get into Thunderstruck Gaming, but I didn't end up posting till about a year or so on Thunderstruck Gaming. The video that you guys saw in November, which was my first video on Thunderstruck Gaming, wasn't till about a year later after Thunder basically tweeted at me. It was about a year later. I wasn't exactly in the state of mind because, I wasn't really consistent with YouTube. I still wasn't, 100% motivated after everything that had happened and whatnot. So I just said, when the time comes, I'll just save a really good gameplay, and I ended up getting a gameplay, and I'm like, I'm going to save this maybe for Thunderstruck Gaming one day if it even has a chance of making it. And thankfully I kept the gameplay, obviously, and basically I made a video. I didn't know what the hell I wanted to talk about, but I knew, and I felt very strongly about the fact that, well, if somebody did buy Call of Duty from Activision, that would be great, and Call of Duty would end up being better for it. And it was totally a fantasy. And I basically just made a decision to say, you know what? There's never going to be a perfect subject, so just go for it. Just go for it. post on TSG. You've got nothing to lose. I mean, try to post on TSG, you got nothing to lose. And lo and behold, I look at my sub count one day when I'm just browsing YouTube, and I notice that it's increased. Like, I got a big increase in a short amount of time, and I'm like, what? No, my video's not on TSG. And then I look at TSG, and lo and behold, I see my video, and then the next thing you know, I'm like, I got a big smile on my face, and I'm like, holy shit, this is so surreal. And till this day, I'm very thankful for Thunder for posting that video and for reaching out well, I kind of reached out to him in terms of telling him what I saw for the information on Infinite Warfare. And then later on, he basically says, dude, if you want, you can post a video on TSG. And I'm like, wow, I was thunderstruck, so to speak. So, and then I decided to post the video. And then about 3 to 4 months later or so, which is the most recent one that was posted on TSG, I post again. And here we are. Almost. We are. What do you mean almost? Here we are at 500 subscribers strong, and a lot of that is because of TSG. A lot of that is because of the streams as well, and a lot of that is also because of you guys that have stuck with me from the beginning. So if you think about it, everything pretty much, everything counts, and everything is just as equal. It's absolutely amazing. There are those of you that have been here since the very beginning. There are those of you that are even subbed to me because you saw some gameplay from a different game, mainly Halo. And I'm thankful for you guys for sticking around, by the way. I know this because one of you guys have come into my stream and has basically told me so. And it's been an amazing ride. And these last 4 to 5 months or so have been absolutely crazy. I mean, it's been some of the craziest months of my life, and I'm not just saying that from the YouTube standpoint, because I'm also saying that from a life standpoint. I mean, like there was some health issues that were going around that happened with me, but luckily and thankfully I'm okay. Right now, Mom, these last 4 months, has been going through an absolute crazy amount of health issues, and she has a major surgery that, by the way, has been postponed again. It's going to happen on next Thursday. Instead of, it was supposed to happen this Friday, but it's been postponed to next Thursday due to scheduling miscommunication. So with all of that, and on top of that, just the thing is, what I'm trying to say is that no matter how shitty or how the different things that life has thrown my way, it's only slowed me down in terms of this whole YouTube things and in terms of the things that I care about and that I'm passionate about. And that is to me, that's absolutely mind-blowing, because sometimes when shit happens in life, I mean, sometimes you just feel like you want to give up. I mean, really, it's like, how much can you take? How many beatings can life give you before you actually say, fuck it, I'm out. I give up on anything that I've ever had a goal for, or something like that. And in a sense, this channel is almost like a representation of my life, in a sense. It's almost like a way of life, in a sense, if you look at it. And it's been the same way with martial arts. I used to do that for a living. Some of you guys know that. And video games, again, as I said earlier, have been a big part of my life. And so have movies, and there are things that I'm passionate about. And there are things that always make me feel better and always make me look forward to them especially whenever life sometimes gets hard. It's like, and now I've got this YouTube thing, and it's absolutely amazing. And going back to what I was saying in the beginning about the people that have come to my stream that asked me, the one person that came to my stream and asked me, it's like, how do you get to this point? It's like, it seems like I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not growing. It's like, how? And the thing I can tell you is that I don't have a definitive answer, but I can say this. Number one, well, I'm not going to say it. I'll just say this. Don't do it for the money or for the YouTube fame or whatever the hell that means. Do it because you love it, and stay consistent with it. And sooner or later, someone is going to reach out to you, or somebody's going to say something to you, or something is going to happen sooner or later, and you will get noticed, and you will get a boost sooner or later. And all you have to do is remain consistent and true to yourself, and keep doing whatever it is that you're doing. And try not to think too much about what other people think of your content. If you have an idea, post it. No matter how little or big or how original or unoriginal it is, if you want to post it, and if it's something that you want to do because you're interested in doing it and because you have a love for it, for whatever reason that may be, then by all means, do it. You know, one of the most amazing things in life, and I'm quoting Starship Troopers here, making decisions is, and I'm paraphrasing here, making decisions for yourself is some of the finest examples of freedom that anybody ever has. And the thing is, you can make that decision. If you want to do this because you love it and to stay consistent at it, by all means, do it and stay consistent with it. And that's all it is. Once somebody told me that everything is a decision. So if you decided that you want to do this YouTube thing or streaming or whatever it is that you want to do, it doesn't even have to be YouTube or streaming. If you want to do something because you love it and because you're interested in doing it and you have a passion for it, by all means do it. And you can respectfully care about what other people think, but at the same time, you got to do what you love. And as long as you're not hurting anybody, and as long as, you know, you're not causing drama or anything like that, you know, or negativity or things like that, by all means, do what you love to do. And that's all I can say. And that's what I'm doing. And I really appreciate all of you guys been supportive through this whole thing. This video could have easily been a lot longer, and as you can tell from the time, it already is longer than my average video, but how can it not be? I'm sure there's a whole bunch of things that I left out, but in a nutshell, that's what has been in the last almost 3 years of this amazing, amazing journey. And I thank everybody for being a part of it. I thank everybody for the support. I thank everybody for coming by the streams, for leaving comments on my videos. And for those of you guys that watch and even those of you guys that have watched and that have never ever commented or anything, that just watch, thank you as well. And of course, thank you to Thunderstruck Gaming, and to those of you, and thank you to those YouTube commentators that I've been watching over the years that have inspired me to do what I'm doing on here today. People like Pwn Stars, people like the Mark of J, people like Sandy Ravage, Excalizors, and a few others that I apologize that I've left out. But you guys know who those people are and who I would probably gravitate towards. And with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay and this commentary and this video. And I hope that this, for those of you guys that are, you know, that see this video, I hope that it inspires you to go out and do whatever it is that you want to do, that you have a passion for. And don't let anybody stop you, and don't let anybody tell you you can't, because you can. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.